rolling through Senoia, trying to get houses on Pilot Street, and I'd run right into Alexandria safe zone. What the fuck? Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. Look at that. Obviously they keep it from from mowing it. Right there. No trespassing beyond that point. I didn't realize it's literally like in the heart of Senoia. I mean, you've got Main Street right here. Boom. I was like picturing it being like, I don't know. I knew it wasn't on the, at first I thought it was on the lot, the studio lot. But then I had looked it up and saw that it wasn't. But I still pictured it being like on some abandoned, not abandoned, but more of a isolated lot. It's hard to see anything from here, but that's the walls. That's the Alexandria wall. They make it look like it's just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Wow. This is apparently a Walking Dead tour bus. It's tempting. So tempting to go get closer.
Dun 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 dun. Little pig, let me in.
There's signs posted all over. They have a street sign. I mean, they must do whatever it takes to keep stuff like that out of the shots. So cool. So cool. Well, that's as far as I'm going to get. If anything, I believe that vehicle right there is probably a security vehicle, because they're always around, especially when production's still in production. They always usually hire 24-hour security. Oh man, what would it be to be able to get over that fence and just explore? That's all I'm gonna want to do is explore. Look at that.
Hot diggity dog. This place is magnificent. An embarrassment of riches, as they say.
Look at this guy. He's reenacting the walker. So cool. Here's a little closer footage up to the gate. Wow. I mean, there's so much stuff just done right here. I gotta touch a bar. Wow. I don't even think that's locked. Wow. That just happened. I mean, the characters are perched up there and everything. Here's another angle from on the side. Front's over there. They make it very clear to not cross those barriers. Okay, so I was just told by a local here that just right across the street is the tracks they use for Terminus, which makes a lot of sense. this enters the street that has a good handful of Walking Dead houses. Pilot Street. And here's one right now. Chocolate Pudding House. Okay, so far out of all the houses, which I've only seen few on Pilot Street from Walking Dead, this one by far is the most interesting because it's right up front. No trees hiding it from how it looked during filming. No gates, no perimeter fences. Just right there off the street. Very inviting. Looks exactly the same like it did in the show, and it's this one. The Chocolate Pudding House. From, I believe, season 4, episode 9. I think it's like the season 4 premiere. That house right there. It's so cool. It's just right there, you know. I could already see it being filmed. Carl is sitting on right there. It's on the far left 2 windows, and he's right in front of the window to the right. And there's a walker. While he's sitting there eating the chocolate pudding, there's a walker's hand coming out of that window, reaching. It's from a side angle from over here probably, but you know. And it's a crane shot. You can see the crane rising up. Really cool. Just like that, right there. Then the camera pans over and it actually shows some of the yard. You can see these hedges, but it comes over, pans over to the street. You can actually see what's across the street here. One thing I wanted to comment on at this spot that I didn't do at the time of filming is this photo here. I took after the fact. I was in the car, I was in my rental that you could hear running on the street, which I didn't think that was going to be the case, but it's louder than I thought. And I happened to go to my Wi-Fi settings on my phone, and sure enough, the top listing is Pudding House. I thought that was really cool to see. What a nice embracing of the location by the homeowners. Okay, so this next house is one of those oops moments you have every now and then when you're doing location hunting. You do your research, you try to get the addresses right because you don't want to get the wrong spot. Well, this is that case. This is one of those cases where I'm filming a house on Pineland Street, just a couple of houses down from the Pudding House, and I'll show you where I got this info from. tvlocations.com. It's my go-to source. Well, it was my go-to source for all Walking Dead locations. It's a great source. But they list this house. The house, okay, so the scene is the moment. It's the Carl Papa house, right? You remember the Carl Papa video from Bad Lip Reading? Well, that house where Rick is on the verge of dying and Carl's frustrated with him and he goes out and he takes care of business on his own. They're all holed up in a house, right? Well, it's not this house. But TWD Locations cites it as 279 Pilot. When in fact, if you look at the exterior, because I did not get screenshots or clips before this trip for The Walking Dead because I had so much I was going to be doing on this trip. If you look at this clip here of Rick and Carl arriving, it's clearly not the same house. And just a little bit more research, literally going to Google Street View and moving the camera over just one house to the left, that's the house. It's not 279, it's 291 Pilot Street. And I'm over here sitting here filming this, talking over this house as if this is the right spot, and it's not. So the house that I'm referring to is actually to the left of this. So this house means nothing as far as the show goes. I mean, as far as I know, they didn't do any filming at this house in any part of the series. I could be wrong because they film up and down Pilot Street quite a bit. But I'll continue the rest of my commentary here on this clip. But just imagine that I'm referring to the house to the left It's just kind of embarrassing, but there you go. It happens. So Carl goes on an adventure, and we see how that works out. He ends up at the pudding house, which is literally like 2 or 3 houses down that way. And just imagine what these houses look like inside of it. I'd be freaking out if I got a tour, but that's it. So this next one is actually a favorite of mine because it's more recent. This episode aired, I don't know, lose track of time. I feel like it's been a couple months, at least a month and a half ago. And it's the final episode of the 6 extended episodes for season 10 of The Walking Dead. And it's Negan and Lucille's house. When I first saw the episode, I started looking for clues as to where. That's how I watch TV now. Where is that? What street number is shown? How can I find this? And I could not find any clues or tips to give me any hints to find this, to locate this. So there's a cool Walking Dead locations site. Like it's just tvlocations.com. Pretty much have everything available out there, and I messaged them, and sure enough, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's 304 Pilot," which actually I believe it's 305. To see, and they give me 304, which I think is that house. So 305 Pilot Street. And they use this street like, I mean, this is their street for houses. Alexandria Safe Zone, right there. Right there. You don't know it, but Alexandria Safe Zone is in Negan's backyard. That house right there is on the Alexandria Safe Zone property. You could see the fence right there, backyard. Had no idea. I'm thinking these places are spread out, you know, along Senoia or whatever areas around the surrounding area, Atlanta area. No, they have what, 4 or 5 houses that I've just visited, literally just spaces away. So there's Negan's. There's the Carl Papa house where he and Rick hole up. 2 or 3 houses down is where is the chocolate pudding house. It's crazy. Alexandria Safe Zone's right there. Terminus tracks are right there. The studio is a few miles away. I mean, they use Senoia is the hub. If it wasn't the hub before I left this trip, now I'm definitely convinced Senoia is the home and the hub for The Walking Dead. So this is, and it looks like everybody rides around in their little golf carts. So I think that's kind of cool too. But, okay, enough talking. I'll show you the house up close. I'll show you kind of to match up the shots that I have. So the first shot is like more of a flashback shot. You've got kind of like, keep that out of frame. You have the tree there, and it's kind of like that. And you can see, I think it's Negan's car parked here, or Lucille drives it later too, so it might even be hers. But right there. The other shot I have is from the mailbox, which you do see later on, and it's revealed that Negan's last name is Smith, so it's Negan Smith. It says the Smiths right there. It's kind of like that. And after he blows up the house because his wife had killed herself in there and she's a walker now, he comes crashing out of, he busts open the door there, all cinematic like in slow motion, and he's got his bat in hand, and sets the house on fire, gets on his bike here, and as he takes off down the driveway, revving up, the camera's right here again at night, and Negan comes rolling right through here. So cool. It looks exactly like it does on TV. There's not much different. Now the side scene on the side of the house. I don't know where the generator was. But on the side, I was thinking that the scene on the side where he goes out to kill the walker that's attracted by the generator, because they would have to turn the generator on and off. I thought it was on this side, but it's not. It's actually on the other side, and that's when you get to see Lucille in action. She comes out in her chemo. What do you call it? I don't know. I don't want to call it the wrong thing, but it's the IV. The IV is attached to her, what she gets chemo from, and you don't see her come out, but all the action happens on this side of the house. I mean, I will say the house looks smaller in person, and most of the time that is the case. But this side of the house right here. And Negan is struggling with Walker here. He fights him. He gets kind of pushed up against the house. He ends up shoving a knife down. I got a picture here. I'll just throw that in there right there. Okay, so you see that happening. And then he continues to struggle, and all of a sudden you see his head blow up. The gunshot goes off, and it's Lucille, and she's right there, Ivy and all, shoots him, looking all badass in one of her wigs, looking so awesome, like she's in the trailer. And I was like, dude, she's gonna be badass. I didn't realize how sick she was gonna be depicted in the show, so it was a little wrong, but she's still badass. And all that action happened right there. So cool. What else can I say? That's pretty much it. I don't think you see too much of the backyard. I just know they have a generator, and they have a cool stuff that goes on inside, but obviously the insides were done on set. They built the set, and they made, there was a resurgence of Joe Cocker's You Are So Beautiful because of this episode. This is a really good episode, though. It was really good. It was one of the best in a good few years, for sure, hands down. I think it's a vacant house. Like, the lawn's not mowed. Maybe they're going to plan to use it again because, well, they've already told Negan's backstory, so I don't see that happening for season 11. But I could be wrong. I know that they're planning to possibly do a spinoff for Negan, but I'm not sure. It's just rumor. So that's it. Negan and Lucille's house. That's all the shots that I've got. Fire burning before and after. Negan and Lucille's car right there. The Smith's mailbox right there. The house right there. Can't you tell it's a little hard for me to leave this place? That's it. Hope you enjoyed. Just turning the corner down Pilot to get to another street. I'm running into another side of Alexandria Safe Zone. This is the side that looks more familiar to me. This is the side that you have a lot of the Negan and Rick interactions in season 7. Wow. Now you can see more of the houses. I thought there was another gate. That makes a lot more sense. There's actually a sign when I turned onto this road that said that this road's closed off to pedestrians, which I'm sure that has to do with to minimize any trespassing. This says, not really sure what that's about. There's more Alexandria. Fucking cool. Oh, that sign there says security cameras in use. Oh. No duh. Here's even a close look. I'm afraid to approach, actually, because I don't know who all is watching, but I really want to touch the gate. There you go. As close as I can get to the Alexandria Safe Zone gate. One of them. I'm trying to remember which side it was that Enid arrives. When she first arrives, in the opening in her background episode where she eats the turtle, and then all of a sudden she rolls up to the gate. I wonder if it's this gate or the gate that I showed earlier. It's one of them. If there's a third gate, then I'd be surprised. I don't know about it unless I run into it later. Wow.
Saw the look on your face back at the well. Never seen one killed up close before?
I guess so.
So this brings me to my last Senoia area location, and this one is on Main Street in Sharpsburg, Georgia. This one is I don't know, this one means a lot to me because it's just a scene that's just very memorable. It's a very memorable season 2 moment for me for The Walking Dead, and the show was just starting to really find its way, and it's exactly like where I'm standing is exactly like I pictured it in the show. Before I show you the exact location, I kind of want to lead up to it, and I'm not saying I'm going to talk, but I do want to show you. I believe this is in the background as they're approaching these buildings, and they're on horseback. This is Maggie and Glenn. They're on a supply run, and they approach the structure here. Steve's Pharmacy in the show. So the scene is mostly inside, which I'm not going to get in because it's Sunday, and I don't even know if this place is even a running business. Children's boutique, but it's closed. I could just imagine, you know, Stephen Young and Lauren Cohan their hands had to touch these to open up. They get inside there, and it's a pharmacy, so I feel like I can hear birds in there. Pretty sure that's what that was. It's a pharmacy, and they're on a supply run looking for medicine and whatnot. And the scene is on this side. You can see the Steve's decal from the inside. Right about here. Just behind this is where all that happened, and it's looking for supplies. So Glenn is more in the front part of the store. He finds this bag, and Maggie's further back, and then he ends up finding stumbles upon some condoms, and she comes up right at the moment that he's found them, and he fumbles with them. And she said, "What'd you find?" "The condoms."
Condoms. You got a girlfriend that I know about?
I mean, no.
Then you're a pretty confident guy.
No,
that's not it.
I would never.
Something wrong with me?
No, I
He's just digging himself in a deeper hole as he talks. And then the luckiest thing happens to him. I say lucky because Lauren Cohan is very easy on the eyes. Especially then. Not that she's not now, but this was 10 years ago. And she's like,
I'll have sex with you.
Really?
I would say any man's dream, I guess, or young man. Anyway, can you just imagine? And then I don't know. It's one of those scenes that just like I'm smiling the whole way through because this guy Glenn and he, I don't know. And then it's the start of the romance between Glenn and Maggie, and it happens right in here, and I love it. Steve's Pharmacy. It's the perfect building for that. I wish it was open. I wish I could go inside. But another thing that you can see from the inside looking out, it's not only the Steve's Decal Pharmacy, but these bars across the street and these windows, you can see them from the inside of the store. So that's cool. Another confirmation Another one of those spots where I really don't want to leave. That's it. Steve's Pharmacy on horseback. Maggie and Glenn coming up. And then I think that as they're leaving, I don't know which direction, but he says something like, "Oh, so it was good, huh?" Whatever that comment is. I'll throw in the clip here.
Don't spoil it.
So it was good.
It was a one-time thing.
Alright, this brings me to my last day here in Atlanta. I'm getting a few spots. They're going to be really quick on my way to the airport. And this next spot, you'll recognize immediately. It's pretty cool to finally see it in person. This was the CDC building in Atlanta. I think the shot is about right. Obviously, it cuts out the Cobb. It's actually Cobb Energy, like an art center, conference center, I believe. But the shot's about right there. It's kind of from high up, because you can see the kind of like onion layers there, like that. Closer in. They dressed it pretty heavily with walkers, dead bodies, all right here. Here, I'll bring in this screenshot. You can see the difference. It's pretty cool. This was all grass, it looks like at the time. But you had the dead bodies all here. And I don't know if they filmed inside. I'm not really sure. If they did, it doesn't surprise me because there's a lot of room in there. And they did film most of the second half of Dumb and Dumber is filmed here. So that'll be in another video. Yeah, this is the spot where Rick and the crew find out that the virus is they're carrying it. They're carrying the virus, and as we make them turn when they pass on. Of course, at the end of the season, this is the season 1 finale. The building blows up. Self-destructs. Of course, that was probably heavily CGI, but this is it. This is the Cobb Energy Performing Arts Center right there, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, coming up on what is it? Walton Street coming up here. Where you can recognize this wall, this building, sorry. Right here is the horde of walkers. Rick rounds the corner right up here, makes a left, Forsyth and Walton, right here. Remember all the walkers in the pilot? Boom. Horse gets eaten right here. I'm not getting out because I got to get to the airport. These are some quick spots I'm trying to scoop up on the way. So cool to finally see it. Rick comes around this corner. Right here. Rest in peace, horse. I forgot to mention where I was. I pulled over so I could show you. That's the horde of walkers. Right that corner on the left. It turns there. And the tank was right near it, right next to it. He's forced into a tank. That ends the episode. He gets in there. He hears someone calling on the walkie-talkie, and that's Glenn. And that's the introduction to the character Glenn Reed. All right there. So cool.
Sanctuary for all, community for all. Those who arrive survive. Terminus, sanctuary for all, community for all.
Okay, my next location I'm approaching, there it is, Terminus. Or what was Terminus? It looks like there might be filming going on here. It says base camp is this way. Which I think maybe these gates are supposed to be closed. All I want is a shot of this, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Right there, Terminus. I'm gonna get out really quick and get a shot. I'm not gonna leave my car because I've read you're not supposed to really leave the car alone for too long. If I had more time, I'd explore the area. Oh yeah, it is a base cam right there. Oh shit! Maybe look at that. Wonder what this is for. There it is, Terminus, season 5, the first half at least. Gareth.
I'm Gareth.
Mary. The other, what do they call them? Scavengers? Not the scavengers, the cannibals. I forgot what they call them. This might even been when the area where Carol shoots off that firework and blows up the tank, fuel or whatever. They're filming something. I mean, the final season of Walking Dead is filming, so could it be? Could there be a return to Terminus? Why not? But then again, wasn't Terminus in Virginia? So anyway, there's a car behind me. I'm getting out of here.